Good morning, grade 10s. How's everyone doing? Give me a green check mark, please, that you are here. You can hear me. You are with me this morning. Good morning to you all. Awesome. Perfect. Just wait for a few more seconds here just to get you guys in. Give me those green check marks, you guys. Lindsay, Kirsten, if you're there. Thanks, Caitlin. Kaylin, Angelina, if you're there, give me those green check marks, you guys. I want to make sure that we are all in and ready to go. Make sure you're in the live classroom as well, ladies and gentlemen, so obviously that you can hear me. All right. And then we will get started this morning. All right. I've got a couple of announcements this morning before we get right into English, because we have a busy week. So I want to make sure that everybody is on the same page. So I'm actually going to exit out of my presentation here, you guys, and head to, where is it? Here we go. And head to the calendar. I know that Miss Mack yesterday mentioned to you guys about Thursday. And I just wanted to go over that one more time to make sure that everybody is on the same page. All right. So today it looks like you guys have Bumbershoot Theater. I don't know if any of you guys are going or not, but if you are, perfect. So Emily, right? You guys are all pretty well versed in the Bumbershoot world, right? So that's happening from 12:30 to 2, you guys, just behind Prospera Place down in Cannery Lane. Okay, with Tracy, and she's phenomenal. So if anybody's going, that's happening today, this afternoon. Now, later on this week, on Thursday, okay, I have booked us, along with Miss Kelly, our grade 4 to 6 and grade 8 teacher, a field trip to the Kelowna Museum, okay? So what we are going to be doing there, the only thing is because it was class time, I didn't want to actually book it. We couldn't get it during the morning, you guys. So we are still going to have class on Thursday morning, okay? It's going to be a regular class day. We are going to end a little bit early though. We'll probably only go till about 10:30-ish, maybe quarter to 11, because I have a lunch meeting. So I do want to, and it's not here at McWilliams, it's over at KSS. So we will probably end class a little bit early. Then after my lunch meeting is when I've booked this museum field trip, all right? So it is from, and I don't want to give you guys the wrong information, so I'm just going to open it up to remind myself. It's from 1:30 to 2:30 at the Kelowna Museum. Now, because it's a Thursday and it's also Math Help Day, and I know that a lot of you attend Math Help, okay, I am not making this a mandatory field trip. You do not have to attend, but I would love to see you all come out, okay? This field trip is actually being personalized to us, to our program. It's not just some random walk around the museum. Some of you probably know Jen from the museum. Those of you that did Heritage Fair, she's the one that runs Heritage Fair as well. Yeah, Emily, that's what I figured. I know some of you would probably have to go to Math Help, right? So that's totally fine. And that's why I didn't want to make it mandatory. And I know with people being out of town and stuff too, our overseers, I just didn't want to make it mandatory. But this is a fantastic, it's going to be a fantastic experience, you guys, okay? We're focusing in on First Nations, and specifically around assimilation, residential schools, the First Nations concept of learning from generation to generation, that sort of thing. So it's really tying into the curriculum to our next unit, okay? So once we're done our essay, we are moving into our next learning outcomes, and we're going to be doing some literature circles. I'm taking a risk with you guys. I've never done lit circles online, so this is going to be a learning curve for everybody. All right. So I'm super excited about it. I think it's going to be great. I'm basing the theme around First Nations authors. All right. So all the Lit Circle novels are written by First Nations authors. So that's kind of where that First Nations concept comes in. And obviously with First Nations authors comes First Nations topics, right? That we're going to be tying in, and I'm hoping that that'll actually lead us into, I don't know, it depends on how long this unit takes. Like I said, I've never done Lit Circles, you guys, so I honestly can't even tell you if it'll take us the rest of the semester, if it'll take us a couple weeks. I have no idea. So it can either nicely lead us into social studies, where I like to start with First Nations as well, or we'll do something new. I don't know yet. Right? You guys know me. I'm kind of like a fly by the seat of my pants when I kind of teach units. So, like I said, it's from 1:30 to 2:30. If we could all meet here at McWilliams at 1:15, and then we'll walk over. Okay? It's just easier with parking and stuff down there. It's not the easiest parking lot to get into. So, if you are coming, fantastic. I have emailed out permission forms. And I think I actually emailed them to you guys, not to your parents. So make sure you check your emails, please. And if you are interested, have that ready to go. You don't have to scan it back to me. You can just bring it with you if you want to on Thursday. All right. So I think that is it for announcements for today. I'm just going to head back to my presentation here, you guys. Because where we're going now is we're finishing up our essays. All right. So we're going to do a peer assessment, and we're going to submit our good copies by next class. So I've kind of combined our peer assessment and our good copy today. You will notice in the course that they are two separate things, because we are going to do quite an extensive strategy today around peer assessment. So what that strategy is called Critical Friends. Again, I'm taking a risk. I've never done this online, you guys. So I'm hoping, cross your fingers, that this works. Now, what I want to do, and we'll just get right into it. I had to ask another teacher yesterday, you guys. I was like, do you think this is too many? Because I laughed out loud when I saw this cartoon. And when we do peer assessment, it really makes us vulnerable. Right? We're opening ourselves up to something that we may not be really good at. Like if you don't feel that you're confident in your writing, and to have somebody else in the class read it, it really is putting yourself out there, right? It's very, very vulnerable. So I'm asking you guys to really open yourselves up and take this feedback, and hopefully you can help each other out. And I've really laid out how Critical Friends works. So there are some guidelines, just like Socratic circles. You know, I just didn't say go have a discussion, right? Like we did really structure that, and we saw the improvement. And I'm hoping that Critical Friends, as time goes on, helps us improve our writing skills. Okay? So when I was like, oh, is this cartoon too mean? But anyways, I laughed out loud. I thought it was funny because I totally feel this way sometimes when, you know, I go to my colleagues to go ask them to edit something, whether it's an email or an assignment that I've made or whatever it is, right? So Caitlin, if you can't, I'll just read it really quick for you. So it's 2 stick figures, right? Man, the prof says I need to completely rewrite my final project. Oh, it can't be that bad, surely. Here, read through this and highlight anything that you think seems stupid. Sure. And then he highlights his whole face green. So I honestly do. I feel this way sometimes. So I'm really, oh, Caitlin, perfect. I'm expecting a nice witty comeback, Sean. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. So yeah, so it's putting yourself in a really vulnerable place, right? You guys, I'm asking you guys to open yourself up. So I'm asking you guys to be critical friends. Okay. So this is how the strategy works. I want you to watch this video. I found this video and it is perfect because not only does it go over the strategy of how Critical Friends is set up, but it also models before we actually get into the strategy. So it's a little bit of a longer video. It's about 10 minutes long. So I'm going to give you 10 minutes to watch this video, you guys. And as you're watching it, I want you to almost put yourselves in these students' shoes and think about what would you find most beneficial from going through this process of Critical Friends, of this scenario. How do you think you will benefit from this? Okay, so I want you to watch the video. I'm going to give you 10 minutes, and then into the room chat, I want you to answer that question. All right, so go ahead and get started, you guys. Oh, it's in the assignment, by the way, in the rough draft. Okay, it's in the rough draft assignment. Go ahead and get started. All right. Once you've done that video, you guys, give me those green check marks. And as you're finishing up, please remember to type your thoughts into the room chat. What would you find the most beneficial going through this process? So I'm just going to escape out of here and bring up. And I'll give you a few minutes to type that into the room chat. That's okay, Caitlin. Finish it off. Good, Sean. I actually like that. I liked the one example in the video where, you know, the students had to dig deeper, right, into what they were reading. Yeah. And hopefully you are getting deeper insight into your own writing from your classmates. Good. Yeah, Val, for sure. Yeah, absolutely, Kyla, right? There are those experiences as well. So hopefully, and because we're doing it online, it might be a little bit different, right? I can't physically walk around, but what I am going to be doing is once we get into the strategy, because what we're going to have to do is put you guys into breakout rooms, right? I'll be popping into each breakout room and seeing where you guys are at, right? Yeah, perfect. Absolutely, Slade. Great point. Yeah, for sure. Awesome. I'll just let you guys finish up. I see a couple more people typing in their thoughts into the room chat. And what else I'm hoping that this also improves, keeps on improving your guys' conversation skills, right? It's that whole point. Yeah, thank you, Alexis. That's exactly where I was going with that, right? Yeah, so you'll notice in the one example too, right? He kept probing each of the students, like go deeper, okay? To really get at the heart of the matter, to what the writer was trying to say. Right? Super important. Good, you guys. Excellent. So finish off your thoughts. I see a couple people still writing there. Okay, and I don't want to cut you off. So if you have something to say, please keep sharing it in the room. I'll take a sip of tea. Yeah, those different perspectives, Kaylin, are super important, right? And what I love too is there was one example in the video where the girl, when the writer was allowed, when the author was allowed to speak, and she said, I wrote it this way because, and then the two people who were having the conversation were like, oh, that's what you were trying to say? So it really does open up like, oh, maybe I need to go back and reword that. If people don't understand what I'm trying to say, I need to make my message more clear, right? Yeah, absolutely. All right, so here we go. Let me bring up my PowerPoint again here, you guys, so I can make sure that we are clear on what the expectations are for this activity. So I am going to give you right now, I want you to do this first part right now before we even get into our critical friends groups. In the rough draft assignment, I want you to upload in the discussion form, right? Just like we normally do for when we're peer editing. We've done this before with like our paragraph and stuff. I want you to go to the rough draft discussion form and I want you to upload your rough draft as a new discussion topic with your name in the subject line so that it's super easy to find, super easy to locate for the other students. I am going to give you 5 minutes to upload your essays, okay? We need to do this beforehand so that it's nice, that it runs smoothly when we go to do critical friends. So every single person needs to upload their rough drafts. I would say even if you're not done, upload what you have completed, because even getting feedback on what you've already written will greatly increase what you have done, okay? So upload what you have, all right? So take 5 minutes and go do that right now, please. Okay, so everyone should now have their rough drafts up in the discussion forum under that rough copy assignment. The next part is now we're actually going to lay out. Yeah, so Caitlin, finish that off, please. Yeah, that's okay. Just listen as it's uploading, okay? Basically what we're going to do is in breakout rooms, okay, I am going to put you into critical friend groups. What you're gonna have to do is once your essays are uploaded, right, and you figure out who is in your critical friends group, you need to go back to download those people's essays, right? So these are the steps, and just like it was in the video, we are gonna follow the exact same format, okay? Number one, you're gonna select a writer. Select a writer's piece of work. So the first person that is, you're going to critique their essay, okay? That person becomes the writer, okay? They become the fly on the wall. They are not allowed to talk. The other two people are in a deep discussion about the essay. So this is how you want to start when you start your conversation, okay? You discuss the warm and fuzzies first, right? How much you love each other. I know how much you guys love that. You should be really good at this, okay? But what I want you guys to do is to start getting deeper into that conversation. So instead of saying, wow, that was a really great thesis statement. You are very good at warm and fuzzies, you guys. But I want you to go deeper, okay? So instead of just saying, wow, that was a really good thesis statement, why? That other person could be like, why do you say that? Ask those probing questions. Go deeper. Maybe because they used really great word choice, or it's very clear. The clarity of their thesis statement makes it very, very clear as to what they're going to be talking about within the essay, okay? So you want to choose a few things, okay, about the warm and fuzzies, okay? What were really well done, something that you connected with, something that really got you about that essay, okay? Then once you're done that, then what you want to do, again, without the writer does not get to talk. This is going to be very, very hard for some of you people, okay? You do not get to talk. You get to discuss the cool feedback, okay? This is the feedback on what the writer needs to do to improve their essay, all right? Now, what do they need to refocus on? What do they need to fix up? But it needs to be based on the criteria, okay? That's really, really key. So you guys need to have that rubric in front of you, okay? You need to talk about voice. You need to talk about structure, okay? It can't just be random stuff, okay? Yes, you can still talk about grammar and all of that. Absolutely, because that is part of the criteria, okay? Cassie, 3 people. Just like in the video, we're gonna have 3 people in a group, okay? Then, once that conversation is done, then we get to invite the writer back into the conversation for any clarifying questions, okay? So just like in the video, right? Remember that example that I was talking about, how the one girl was talking about, well, I don't really understand why she mentioned this character when she was talking about isolation of another character. And then the writer came back in and clarified what she was trying to what point she was trying to get across by bringing in that other character. And then the group was like, oh, right? But in the writer's mind, that should be a clue to her to say, I wasn't very clear in what I was trying to get across. I might need to go back and revise that a bit to make sure that people truly understand the meaning of what I was trying to get at, okay? Okay, and then afterwards, after we've done one person as the writer, we're gonna switch roles, right? So we're gonna go through this almost like 3 times so that everyone gets a chance to have their essay read and critiqued by their critical friends. So what I'm thinking is I wanna start out, say, with like the first group, we'll go 15 minutes. I don't know. I don't know if that's too long. I don't know if that's long enough. I have no idea, you guys. Remember, this is new to me. So we'll start with 15 minutes for the first group, and then we'll see, and then we'll rotate through whether we need to go down to 10, whether we need to bump it up to 20, whatever it is. Okay? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you into breakout rooms, you guys. And the very first thing that you guys need to do is decide on who's going to be the first writer. And then the other people need to go and download that essay. So I'm hoping 15 minutes gives you enough time to read the essay, plus have a deep conversation about it. Okay? As the writer, okay, as the person being critiqued, ladies and gentlemen, you might want to go and have your essay in front of you as well to be jotting down notes about what your classmates are saying, right? So that you don't have to, you can remember what they're saying so that when you go back to do your revision, that information is there for you. So I highly recommend that each of you have the essay in front of you. All right. So I am going to do this right now with the breakout rooms, you guys. So give me 2 seconds. And don't start right away because I might need to regroup you a little bit within your breakout rooms. So just give me 2 minutes once you get into your breakout room, you guys. And then I'll redistribute everyone where I think it'll be like good fits and stuff. All right. So there you go. You guys are in. And I'm just going to see, because it puts my other persona in there. So now I need to move, who is in that room? Brandon, Caitlin, T. Let's put, I'm going to move Paige. And I've already forgotten what room that is. What room is that? Room 5. Okay, so Paige, I'm going to move you to room 5. There we go. Okay, so we should have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I am going to do a little bit of switching up here, you guys. So just beware. I'm just trying to make the groups, you guys, pretty even. All right, I think we should be okay now. All right. So go ahead. We're going to put 15 minutes up on the timer, you guys. Choose a writer. Go and download that essay. And then go ahead and get started. Remember, start with your warm and fuzzies. I'm going to be peeking into each group, okay? Not all at once. I want to spend some time in each group. So if I don't get to your group today, that's totally fine. All right, so just beware. So 15 minutes, you guys, and let's start. Don't stop. I am thinking that we need more time, is what I'm thinking. So right now I'm in room 1 with Sean and those guys. You guys need more time, right? I'm just gonna pop in. Yeah, I'm just gonna pop into each room just to make sure. What about room 2? Kaylin, Cassandra, do you guys need more time? Okay, perfect. Room 3, what about you guys? Angelina, Hallie, do you guys need more time? Yeah. Oh, and that's all I wanted. So Angelina, like if you're done yours, then yes, you guys can move on if you think that you've gone deep enough. Absolutely. Room 4, what about you guys? Okay, so you guys can move on. Room 5. Okay, absolutely. All right, I'm gonna head back to room 1. Okay, let's, how about this then? How about I give you guys, say, another, I'm just trying to think if we're all just gonna rotate through then. Let's go another half an hour. Let's go 30 minutes and see where everyone ends up at around 10:30, okay? And I'm gonna be dropping into your guys' rooms to see the conversations, all right? So 30 minutes up on the timer, you guys. Once you finish one, go on to the next one, but please make sure you're going deep into your conversations, okay? Make sure that the writer is getting some great feedback based on the criteria that they can go back and revise their writing, all right? Go ahead and get started. All right, grade 10s. I think almost everybody is done going through each other's essays. I think room 1 is just finishing up. I see them still chatting, so I don't want to cut anybody off and I don't want to bring anybody out of their breakout rooms until they're completely done. All right. So once I stop seeing that chat going on, then I'll bring everybody back. What the rest of you can do though is while we're waiting for everyone just to finish up, tie up loose ends, there's one last step I want you to do, okay, in the discussion forum. And that is to go and give your partners that you read their essays a rating, right? Remember how we usually do that? So give them a mark out of 5 based on the criteria. So go back into the assignment, go back into their post. Remember there's a drop-down menu. Give them a mark out of 5. Where would you have put their essay, their rough draft? Where would you have put it on that scale from, I can't remember. Should I have made it out of 6? I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think now. I'm thinking we should have made it out of 6. So give me 2 seconds. Yes, I should have. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to quickly go in and edit this, you guys, so that we can put it out of 6. And I'll put this as 6. There we go. All right. So if everyone, why didn't this save? Oh, you guys have already done it. Okay. That's okay. We'll put it back at 5 then. That's totally fine. So it is out of 5, you guys. Just realize that the scale might be a tiny bit off. So if you think they are a 6, give them a 5, right? So on and so forth. If you think they're a 5, give them a 4, okay? Or yeah, that sort of stuff based on the criteria, okay? Sorry about that, you guys. I should have put it at the correct thing. So I think it looks like everybody's done conversing. So I'm going to bring everybody back to the main room. And then what we're going to do, so I want to did everyone get a chance to go in and rate their partners? Give me a green check mark if you did or an X if you didn't, please, in Blackboard, just so I know. So I can give you guys a quick, if we need to take 2 minutes to go do that. Okay. So those of you that are giving me red X's, I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Go in 2 minutes, go into the discussion forum, go and rank the essays that you guys critiqued with your critical friends. Then we're going to reconvene and go over the next step of what I want you guys to do. All right, so take 2 minutes and go rate. Go ahead. All right, so come on back, you guys. Did you guys have enough time to go and rate? Give me those green check marks once you're done rating your critical friends essays. Okay, perfect. I'll wait for a little bit longer to give me those green check marks. I want to make sure that everyone goes in and rates. Okay. Okay, so Angelina, are you done? Kaylin, are you done rating, you guys? Josh, Sean, get in there, you guys. Do your ratings. Perfect. Thank you. Perfect. All right, looks like I got the majority of you guys done with your ratings. Fantastic. Now, here's what you're going to do, okay? You've got a little bit of time now to actually go back and take what your critical friends told you and actually revise your essay. But before you do that, okay? And then you can submit your good copy. But before you do that, okay, this is what I want you to do, because I want you to post your rough draft as is on your Weebly, just like we did with our paragraphs, you guys. I want you to go to your English page on your Weeblies, post your rough draft. Then once you're done your good copy, right, I want you to post your good copy right beside it. And again, this might be a little bit different because it's a little bit of a longer document. So you have two options here of what you can actually do to post. You can, number one, you can embed your Word document. I know some of you are getting very proficient with that. So you can embed your two Word documents right beside each other. Or if you do want to put like a download file, this one I will allow a download file because I know that the Word docs, or if it's in a PDF form, it's a little bit different, right? And if you take a screen capture of an image of it, it might not come up because we still want it to look visually appealing, right? You guys on your Weeblies, and I still want to be able to read it. So absolutely. Yep. Belle, if you want to add it to a blog page, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. If you want to add it to a blog page, for sure. Yep. That's totally fine. Okay. Look at you thinking outside of the box, Belle. Here I was like, you're going to put it on your English page. You're going to, here I was giving you lots of instructions, Belle. And now you don't even want to follow the instructions. You're growing as a learner, Belle. So underneath the rough draft and the good copy, you guys, I do want you to answer the following questions, okay? Now, this is not in the assignment yet, and I want to make sure because I know you might not get to it today, right? You might not actually finish your good copy today. So I am going to put these questions in the good copy assignment as well. So you can go back and refer to them to be able to answer them on your Weebly site. So you're going to have your rough draft, you're going to have your good copy of your essay, and then underneath you're going to answer these reflection questions, okay? What was the most challenging aspect of writing an essay for you? How did you overcome those challenges? What did you feel you learned out of this whole process? Out of the whole writing process, the whole revision process, the whole good copy? And then what are your next steps in regards to your writing? What would you like to improve? What are your goals for your writing? Okay, where do we want to go next? Because I want to incorporate some of that into our literature circles. All right, when we go to our next unit. So that is what you have. You've got about 50 minutes to play around with here, you guys, to go back and revise, start working on your good copies, okay? If you have questions, please let me know. I'm gonna hop off the live classroom now, and then I will be back into my office. Give me about 10 minutes, right, you guys, the usual. And then I'll come back onto Blackboard. Great question, Belle, okay? I'm gonna give you, because next class, because of the field trip, we're gonna do ADC planning in the morning class. So I'll give you the weekend. I'm gonna be nice. you have another week. Okay, so next Tuesday, we'll make this due. Yeah, yes, Miss Ward rocks, yes. Okay, not only does that help me, but it also helps me catch up on my marking, right? Okay, and that gives me a chance to you guys to read your essays as well and give you some feedback on your essays, because I want to do that as well, not just from your peers, but I want to give you some feedback as well. Okay, so that will give me some time to actually go through your essays as well. Okay, so I'm going to hop off the live classroom, you guys. Give me 10 minutes to get back to my office, and if you have any other questions, so please do not leave Blackboard yet. I want you on Blackboard so that I can check in with you, see how you're feeling. All right, so we'll see you guys in a few minutes.